When installing surface-mounted lighting wall sconces adjacent to a residential hydro-massage tub, several requirements must be met to ensure safety and compliance with the National Electrical Code, or NEC. Firstly, location is paramount. The sconce must be installed outside the wet location area, which is defined by the NEC. Secondly, height is a crucial factor. The bottom of the fixture must be at least 6 feet, or 1.8 meters, above the top of the tub. Thirdly, spacing must be considered. Fixtures must be spaced at least 3 feet, or 0.9 meters, from any edge of the tub. In addition to these spatial considerations, the electrical box must be installed according to NEC requirements for damp or wet locations. This means it must be enclosed and weatherproof. The wiring must also be rated for damp or wet locations and protected from moisture. Cover plates must be non-metallic and weatherproof as well. Beyond the basic NEC requirements, there are additional considerations to keep in mind. One such consideration is water resistance. Sconces should be designed for outdoor use and have a minimum ingress protection rating of I65 to ensure water resistance. Heat resistance is also important. The sconces should be able to withstand the heat generated by the tub. Corrosion resistance is another factor. Sconces should be made of corrosion-resistant materials such as stainless steel or aluminum. Finally, safety is of utmost importance. Fixtures should be securely mounted and have no sharp edges or exposed wiring. To summarize, firstly, ensure the sconce is outside the wet location area as defined by the NEC. Secondly, position the bottom of the fixture at least 6 feet, or 1.8 meters, above the top of the tub. Thirdly, space the fixture at least 3 feet, or 0.9 meters, from any edge of the tub. Next, install the electrical box according to NEC requirements for damp or wet locations, ensuring it is enclosed and weatherproof. Then, use wiring rated for damp or wet locations and protect it from moisture. After that, use non-metallic and weatherproof cover plates. Additionally, select sconces designed for outdoor use with a minimum I65 rating. Also, ensure the sconces can withstand the heat generated by the tub. Furthermore, opt for sconces made of corrosion-resistant materials. Finally, mount the fixtures securely and ensure there are no sharp edges or exposed wiring. It is crucial to remember that these requirements are general guidelines and may vary depending on local building codes and regulations. Consulting with a qualified electrician for specific installation requirements is highly recommended. The NEC provides detailed guidelines for electrical installations in various locations, including those near hydro-massage tubs. These guidelines are designed to minimize the risk of electric shock and ensure the safe operation of electrical equipment. The wet location area is a critical zone to consider when installing electrical fixtures near a tub. This area is typically defined as the space within a certain distance of the tub where water is likely to be present. Installing fixtures outside of this zone helps to reduce the risk of water coming into contact with electrical components. The height requirement of 6 feet, or 1.8 meters, is intended to provide a safe distance between the fixture and the tub, further minimizing the risk of water exposure. The spacing requirement of 3 feet, or 0.9 meters, helps to prevent accidental contact with the fixture while using the tub. When selecting an electrical box for damp or wet location, it is important to choose one that is specifically designed for this purpose. These boxes are typically made of non-corrosive materials and have a watertight seal to prevent moisture from entering. The wiring used in these locations should also be specifically rated for damp or wet environments. This type of wiring is designed to withstand moisture and prevent electrical shorts. Non-metallic and weatherproof cover plates provide an additional layer of protection against moisture. These cover plates are typically made of durable plastic or rubber and are designed to seal tightly against the electrical box. Water resistance, heat resistance, and corrosion resistance are all important factors to consider when selecting sconces for use near a hydro-massage tub. Sconces with a high IP rating, such as I65, are designed to withstand splashing water and other wet conditions. Heat-resistant sconces can withstand the high temperatures generated by the tub, preventing damage to the fixture. Corrosion-resistant sconces are made of materials that will not rust or corrode in the presence of moisture. Securely mounting the fixtures and ensuring there are no sharp edges or exposed wiring helps to prevent accidents and injuries. It is important to use the appropriate mounting hardware and to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Consulting with a qualified electrician is always a good idea when installing electrical fixtures, especially in potentially hazardous locations such as near a hydro massage tub. An electrician can ensure that the installation meets all applicable codes and regulations and that the fixtures are installed safely and correctly. The NEC is updated regularly to reflect the latest safety standards and technological advancements. It is important to stay up to date on the latest version of the NEC to ensure that your electrical installations are in compliance. In addition to the NEC, local building codes and regulations may also apply to electrical installations. These codes may vary depending on the location and may have additional requirements beyond those specified in the NEC. When planning an electrical installation, it is important to research the applicable local codes and regulations and to ensure that the installation meets all requirements. Electrical safety is a serious concern, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to prevent accidents and injuries. By following the NEC guidelines, local codes, and the advice of a qualified electrician, you can ensure that your electrical installations are safe and compliant. Remember to always disconnect power before working on any electrical equipment. Use appropriate safety gear such as gloves and eye protection. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. It is always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to electricity. When selecting a wall sconce for use near a hydro massage tub, consider the overall style and design of the bathroom. Choose a sconce that complements the other fixtures and finishes in the room. The sconce should also provide adequate lighting for the space. Consider the size and shape of the sconce and how it will fit into the overall layout of the bathroom. Wall sconces can be a stylish and functional addition to any bathroom. By following the NEC guidelines, local codes, and the advice of a qualified electrician, you can install wall sconces safely and correctly. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a comprehensive set of standards that govern the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment. It is updated every 3 years by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. The NEC is widely adopted by states and municipalities throughout the United States and serves as the basis for most local electrical codes. The purpose of the NEC is to protect people and property from the hazards associated with electrical installations. It covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. The NEC is organized into chapters, articles, and sections. Each section contains specific requirements for electrical installations. The NEC is a complex document, and it can be difficult to understand without proper training. It is important to consult with a qualified electrician when planning or performing electrical work. The NEC is not a law, but it is often adopted by state and local governments as part of their building codes. When the NEC is adopted into law, it becomes legally binding. Violations of the NEC can result in fines, penalties, and even criminal charges. It is important to comply with the NEC to ensure the safety of your electrical installations. The NEC is constantly evolving to reflect new technologies and safety concerns. It is important to stay up to date on the latest version of the NEC to ensure that your electrical installations are in compliance. You can purchase a copy of the NEC from the NFPA website or from most bookstores. You can also find information about the NEC online at the NFPA website. The NEC is an essential resource for anyone involved in electrical work. It provides the guidelines and standards necessary to ensure the safe and proper installation of electrical wiring and equipment. By following the NEC, you can help to protect people and property from the hazards associated with electricity. In addition to the NEC, there are other organizations that develop standards for electrical equipment and installations. These organizations include Underwriters Laboratories, or ALL, the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, or IEE, and the American National Standards Institute, or ANSI. These organizations develop standards for a wide range of electrical products, including wiring, cables, circuit breakers, and lighting fixtures. These standards are often incorporated into the NEC and other electrical codes. It is important to use electrical products that have been tested and certified by these organizations. This will help to ensure that the products meet safety standards and will perform as expected. Electrical safety is a shared responsibility. Everyone involved in electrical work, from homeowners to electricians, has a role to play in ensuring that electrical installations are safe and compliant. By following the NEC, using certified products, and consulting with qualified professionals, we can all help to prevent electrical accidents and injuries. Remember to always be careful when working with electricity. Electricity is a powerful force that can be dangerous if not handled properly. Take the time to learn about electrical safety and follow all safety precautions. Your safety and the safety of others depends on it. When installing electrical fixtures near a hydro massage tub, it is important to consider the potential for water exposure. Water can conduct electricity, and if it comes into contact with electrical components, it can create a shock hazard. That is why the NEC has specific requirements for electrical installations in wet locations. The NEC defines a wet location as an area that is subject to saturation with water or other liquids. This includes areas such as bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. In wet locations, electrical wiring and equipment must be protected from moisture. This can be achieved by using waterproof or water-resistant materials and by installing the equipment in a manner that prevents water from entering. For example, electrical outlets in bathrooms must be ground fault circuit interrupter, or GFCI, protected. A GFCI is a device that detects ground faults and interrupts the flow of electricity, preventing electric shock. GFCIs are required in all wet locations, including bathrooms, kitchens, and outdoor areas. When installing electrical fixtures near a hydro massage tub, it is important to follow the NEC requirements for wet locations. This will help to ensure that the installation is safe and compliant and that it protects people from the hazards associated with electricity. In addition to the NEC requirements, it is also important to consider the manufacturer's instructions for the electrical fixtures. The manufacturer's instructions will provide specific information about how to install the fixture safely and correctly. Always read and follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. If you have any questions about the NEC requirements or the manufacturer's instructions, consult with a qualified electrician. An electrician can help you to ensure that your electrical installations are safe and compliant. Electrical safety is a serious concern, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to prevent accidents and injuries. By following the NEC guidelines, the manufacturer's instructions, and the advice of a qualified electrician, you can help to ensure that your electrical installations are safe and compliant. Remember to always disconnect power before working on any electrical equipment. Use appropriate safety gear such as gloves and eye protection. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. It is always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to electricity.